Hi, this is Scott from Crunchtime Aerial Equipment. Today we're going to be showing you how to set up your portable freestanding aerial rig. First off, just make sure you've got all of your equipment set out on the ground ready to go. This includes making sure your base legs have the feet and the snap hooks on it, your rope, your base chain or pegs if you're going to peg it to the ground, the pins for the legs, and the shackle and the pulley or carabiner and pulley, and any other rigging you might want to put on it, and of course your instruction sheet. Okay, today we have Annie and Leanne putting up the rig. Annie comes out first. She checks the instruction sheet just to make sure she doesn't forget anything. It's always a good idea to keep it on hand. Then they grab the head and they flip it over onto the side. They both then grab a leg each, or you can do this one at a time, and they pop it into the bottom part of the head. It slides in pretty easy. Once they get the legs in, and they're all the way in, the holes are lined up, they'll grab the pins, and they pop the pins in from the outside in. This way gravity helps keeps the pins in place and they won't fall out. Then they grab the second two legs, pop them into the top part, making sure the holes line up. And once again, they'll grab their detent pins and put them in from the outside in. Once they've got it all together like that, they just stand it up. So all four legs are now on the ground. And at this point, you can pop the rig where you want to have it standing in your area. Once again, Leanne checks the instructions just to make sure, which is important at this point because now you need to pop on all your rigging. If you put the rig up before doing this, it's really annoying because you have to pull it all the way down again. So pop on your shackle or your carabiner and pulley. If you're going to use a rope, or at this point you may use a trapeze or something like that. And yes, probably not a good idea to stand on your rig, but that's okay, it's my rig, so I don't really mind. So pop all your things on, then it's time to pick up the rig and start with your next set of legs. So it's not real heavy at this point, it's still quite light, and you can easily push it over to one side. It balances quite well when you push it over, and Leanne can easily slide the leg in. At this point, Annie could just pop it down on the ground, but she's just holding on to it while Leanne grabs the other leg. And she's just going to go around and pop it on the other side. Once the rig is like this, it stands there fairly easily and won't fall over. And Leanne just pops her pins in again. So once you've got that done, then let's pick up the other side. So same thing, just pick it up. It gets a little bit heavy at this stage, but not too bad. One person can generally hold it pretty easily. Leanne's holding it up while Annie grabs the other leg and just slides it in, once again making sure the holes line up, and also make sure your rope, if you put it on, is hanging properly. You've got both ends on the ground so you can reach it. So once Annie gets her leg in like that, you can quite safely just let go. It will balance on three legs quite easily. There's not a problem with that. So Annie can grab the pins while Leanne's popping the last leg in there. And it will stand up very easily. Annie's just going to give her a hand to lift it a little bit. Being a new rig, sometimes it's a little bit sticky to get in, but trust me, after you've used it for a while, that won't happen. So they pop their pins in, again, going from the outside in. So here we're going for the third set of legs. So they pick it up again. It's actually very light when you've got it in this configuration. You push the rig over and it pretty much balances there on its own. You don't have to lift it much at all. In fact, sometimes you have to pull it to stop it falling all the way over. So yeah, it balances quite well. And you can easily pop her leg in. Leanne's barely holding that at all. And once again, it will balance when it's on the side like that. So you can put the one leg in and safely let it go while you grab the other leg and pop that in. Repeat this step for the other side to get it up to three legs high, and then you're ready to put the base legs in, which is the fourth set, and they're the ones with the cleats and the feet on the bottom. Okay, if you've got a third person, this is the time to grab them. Makes it a lot easier. You don't have to, but it does make it a lot easier. They can pull the rope from the opposite side, so two people can lift it from one side. Makes it so much easier to do this. Plus, the third person can then come over and pass the leg up, so you can easily hold it while they fit the leg in. Once again, when you pop that third leg in, the rig will stand up nice and easily on its own. So as you can see, Kyle can now let go and the rig will stand there quite easily, and Annie can just pop over and pop that leg in. Slide it in, holes are lined up, same as all the other legs. These base legs are just different with the feet and the cleats on them. Okay, they're just checking their instructions, which is always a good thing. Make sure they haven't forgotten anything. And the last step is popping the chain on. If you're on a hard surface and like concrete or timber or something like that, and you can't put pegs in, then you definitely need to put the chain on. You can start off just by popping it in one corner. At this point, you can leave the chain quite loose because we tighten it afterwards. You pop it on the second corner and then just run the chain around the whole base to all four sides are joined. Then just pull the legs out away from the centre of the rig and it will tighten the chain up quite well. And finally you get to pop on your apparatus. Lyra, silk, trapeze, whatever you're using. Pop it on and pull the rope up to your desired height, all the way up or wherever you need to have it. To tie off, you just make a loop with the tail at the top, slide it on, make another loop with the tail at the top, and slide it on again. Give it a bit of a tighten up, and then you can do the same on the top. Make a loop with the tail on the bottom this time, pop it on, make another loop with the tail on the bottom, and slide it on. There's a detailed video of this on my website, so I don't want to confuse you too much. So pop over to the website and have a look at that. And then your aerial rig is ready to use. Jump up on your Lyra, whatever it is you have on there, and away you go. It will be a little bit stretchy and a little bit bouncy to start with. All the knots are fresh, the rope is new. It all takes a bit of time to settle in, but once you've used it for a few minutes, then everything should tighten up and you're all ready to go. So this rig can take 2 people, and that's 2 people doing what you normally do. So if you normally do drops on a silk, you can do drops on a silk. Whatever you want to do, it's designed to take 2 people doing what aerialists normally do. Now packing up, it's pretty much the opposite. First thing you do is take off the chain. You'll need to push the legs in slightly, otherwise you won't be able to get the chain off. They do move quite a bit, so moving it in is not really a big deal. Then the chain comes off quite easily. Once you've got the chain off, you just lift one side slightly, pull the pin out, and the leg will just come out. Once again, it will balance with 3 legs in, so there's no dramas there. Taking the second leg out, you will need to take the weight, so 2 people holding it, pull the leg out, and then you can slowly let it slide down. It's the easiest way. As you can see, Caitlin and Kyle are taking it apart here. Kyle's got one leg out. He holds it a bit while Caitlin takes the other leg out, and they just let it slide down in their hand until it touches the ground. Easily done with one hand. Pop the leg down, and then you can come around and do the other side. Once again, it's the opposite of putting it up. 2 legs on one side, 2 legs on the other. Here they go, they both take it out at the same time. Just slowly let it go down. It's not too heavy, it's balanced quite well, and when you work as a team like this, it comes down very quick and easy. We'll just show you one more time. Taking the pins out, they pop them on the mat so they don't lose them. Both the legs out together, and down it comes quite easily. At this last point, just pop the rope off and take your rigging off if you like, and it makes it a lot easier if you just lay the head back down in the same position you had when you put it up, and it just makes it easier to get the last 4 legs out. Okay, and you're all done. Thanks for watching my video. I hope it's helped out in your rig experience, and I wish you all the very best in the years to come with using your portable freestanding aerial rig. Please give us a call or an email or whatever. Get in touch if you've got any questions or queries. We're always here and we're happy to help. Thanks and goodbye from the Crunchtime Aerial Equipment team.